Hello, I'm from India. I teach financial investments in the finance specialization of the Executive MBA program. I worked for a couple of years in a consulting company after getting my MBA and before deciding to get a PhD from the University of California at Los Angeles. I was teaching in the US for 6 years. Before I moved to Switzerland in 2008, I have been associated with HEC since then. And so far, tout est beau. So essentially, there are 4 learning outcomes from my class. The first one is to understand the basics of asset allocation and so on. So this would be helpful, for example, in setting up a pension fund for the company. The second one is to understand the role of security analysis, security investments, and security valuation. So this could be helpful, for example, if you decide to set up your own company, want to go public, and want to figure out how much should the investors pay to invest in your company. The third one is to understand the role of the financial intermediaries, such as mutual funds, pension funds, hedge funds. How does the company interact with these financial intermediaries? And the fourth one and the final one is really to understand the role of the equity and the fixed income derivative products, not so much from a personal point of view, but again from the point of view of how can a company, how can a chief financial officer of the company use these instruments to enhance the value of the company. I do not have a teaching philosophy at all. The only thing that I have, if anything, is a helping to learn philosophy. So I want to help the participants understand. I want to help them learn. How do I do that? Well, interaction, engagement of the participants is an extremely important component of my philosophy. So I want them to help to understand how do the financial markets work. I want to help them to understand, to bridge the gap, if you will, between theory and reality. I use a lot of cases in my class. So these cases are interspersed throughout the class, and they are designed to illustrate the situations that real life managers have faced in real life so that we can understand whatever we are doing in the class, how do you actually go out and implement this in real life. So, my class is designed to help the participants understand the nature of financial markets. The main objective is that if you are in a finance position within your company, if you're the chief financial officer, how is it that you interact with the financial markets? So that interaction between the company and the financial markets is kind of the understanding. That's the link that's what the participants are going to get out of my class. HEC is a great place to be. And I'm not saying just because, there's great professors, although that is true. But I believe that MBA is a great tool for many of the participants. And I'm saying this from my own experience as well as the experience of the past participants. After you do an MBA, you're going to learn how to think like a manager. So you'll get that managerial skill. It's really kind of rewiring the brain, the neurons that you have to think like a manager. And that, I think, that's the experience. It's very amorphous, really hard to define how do you get that. But believe me, after 15 months, you know that you will be thinking more like a manager rather than perhaps like an engineer that you currently are. So an MBA is an extremely enriching experience, and I recommend it to anyone who wants to do it.